Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, you know, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Risen. Nobody cares about that. This doesn't get a baby. Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms for beginners. Do you not know anything about crypto? I got you. DeFi, decentralized finance. You got kids, you got a wife. DeFi Kingdoms, billions of dollars with heroes. Yes, baby, why? Amazing. GQ bot, he does. Yes. Even though there's no right or wrong way. Wonder where I'm at? Yes. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past. Baby. Yes.
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, you know, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Risen. Nobody cares about that. This doesn't get a baby. Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms for beginners. Do you not know anything about crypto? I got you. DeFi, decentralized finance. You got kids, you got a wife. DeFi Kingdoms, billions of dollars with heroes. Yes, baby, why? Amazing. GQ bot, he does. Yes. Even though there's no right or wrong way. Wonder where I'm at? Yes. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past. Baby. Yes.
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes!
Baby, hey, so I forgot to give you guys an update. You know, I went to visit Kirby's stage, baby.
Like, we're going to be going to YouTube and doing a stream in a second. So like a bunch of those people are probably in the chats right now. Goose gang in the house.
That's right.
Gang in the house. Gang in the house.
Oh.
Gang in the house. Gang in the house. Gang in the house.
Baby.
Gang in the house. Gang in the house. Gang in the house.
Right here. You guys are in the house now. Baby. 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 Yeah. Kristian Peter in the house.
we were here,
Baby.
Gang in the house.
Baby. Yeah. Big brains, these IQ, the IQ, probably the average IQ of the DeFi Kingdom scene. Here's what I had to say to them about it. Baby, visit Kirby Sage. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Kristian Peter in the house with DFK today. He's a dev. The third-party developers are developing. What is going on, my man? We're going to try to make this regular every Monday night with Kristian Peter, DFK today. What is going on with you, my man? I love you.
Grady, great to see you, man. It's a beautiful Monday night in San Diego. So much going on right now. I love jumping on with you and going through just everything DFK. I mean, it just seems like so much is happening and still at the same time, so little's being said. So I appreciate you getting out there, getting on the Twitter spaces, doing your thing, making the community happy. It's just, it's great. I mean, it was fun being on Sergeant's pod stream on Friday. That was so awesome. He gets together some of the most amazing minds in the DeFi Kingdoms realms. And, it's cool to have Bull on the panel as well. So if you haven't watched that yet, take a look at Sergeant's streams. The game shows just keep getting better and better each week.
Every time, man, he's built for that. He's built for that show, isn't he?
He is.
I love it. And okay, we had Wowie and Matty Pesk, baby, going today. Who knows? Are they still going? I bet they're still going, aren't they?
They probably are. I mean, wow, yeah. We can talk about these codexes forever. And with the Legionnaire just coming out, I mean, I was checking it out. I always wait for Wowie's rankings before I do anything, because usually I look at the codex and I think one thing and then he looks at it completely differently. And I'm like, oh, okay. I got to go with his rankings, man. They're way better than mine.
Yeah, I tried to get in there live. I always generally do for at least a little bit. And then it's like, okay, 2x speed when this thing comes out on Wowie's YouTube channel, baby. All right. So also you just mentioned the Twitter spaces just got off. That was fun. Brian D. Evans let me up on the stage. Got a quick little blurb in there. That was fun. And I noticed Dreamer was in there. Baby.
Yeah.
I also noticed one thing he said. I don't know. Did anybody else pick up on it? He said, and so there's a top 16 in the TV show, Next Crypto Gym, baby. And George was on there also. And then George is hosting one tomorrow night. I think that might even be better. So today was Inamoka Brands was in there, and they were talking about buying an NFT and getting for not probably going to work out for us plebs down here. But hey, maybe for Kristian Peter, you could go. You get in, it's like you get a VIP pass in these awesome places out there in LA or something. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe one day, who knows, can hobnob with all those guys. Okay, but then they also talked a lot about the TV show, Jet, Brian D. Evans. George wasn't on there much, but they're doing it again tomorrow. George is hosting. Okay, and that one will probably be a lot more intensive about the show. Mm-hmm. I love how they talked about on the show, the devs of these projects go through a lot. I can't even imagine what they go through.
Oh, man.
It's like beyond what I can wrap my mind around. And so I think that's what they were really talking about today, was how the TV show is going to open that up, open up the emotions behind it and stuff. So I'm pumped, dude. So, okay. And that was cool that he let me up. I would love to get Brian D. Evans on the channel, baby.
That'd be cool.
He's liking my tweets a lot of times. More and more, it seems like. Let me up. That was fun, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. The next crypto gem coming on here. It's like, isn't it June? Isn't that one that's going to pop on?
That's right. June. George keeps saying July. And here's what I meant to say. We got the top 16 and the top 4. He talked about, I don't know if he let it out. I don't know if the top 16 were there, had to go. He said, you know, they asked for 2 to show up in the top 4. He kind of let that slip in there.
Wow.
And Dreamer and Frisky just happened to, be on vacation during that time.
Yeah.
Maybe they decided to go on down to LA, check it out down there. I guess that's up there for you, San Diego. Yeah. Tell me. So what are we doing? June. I'm really strongly considering coming. June.
Yeah, everybody should come. I talked to Sargent today. I talked to Bolon as well. We're going to organize another DFK SoCal meetup. So if you missed the last one in San Diego, now we're going to do it in LA during the 3XP conference. If you can make it to the 3XP, that'd be great. It's June 8th and 9th, Thursday and Friday, that first or second week in June. And it's going to be hopefully a bunch of us there. We're hoping to have like 20 people, get some people from the team. Bolon's going to try to set up. Unfortunately, Bolon's going to be out of town. He has a prior engagement, so he's not going to make that conference. He said it's the only one he's not going to make, which he's bummed out about, but he's going to try to get a couple team members to be there so we can all drink, have fun, do a little AMA, talk to everybody. I just think, like when we were in Miami, Grady, when we had such a great time talking to the team, talking about what was going on, it just got me so much more excited in November when we got a chance to see everyone and press the flesh and have a chance to just, hear their thoughts and their ideas and what they were doing and what they were up to. It's just so much better than, these AMAs are great, but when you meet the team, you understand how hard these guys are working and what they're putting their blood, sweat, and tears into.
Dude, wasn't that not Miami was legendary?
Yep.
That was absolutely legendary. That Miami conference. It was all day, every day, all night, every night, nonstop. No sleeping, no breathing, very little eating. It's nuts. It's so fun. So yeah, and Dragon's Crossing, they're talking about trying to get in there. I guess Dreamer speaking at this thing. I think it's a really large, big time conference.
Yeah, they said there's going to be at least 8,000 attendees, and it's going to be, GameFi. All the people from Ava Labs are going to be there. It's going to be completely Web3 based. So 2 days of Web3 games. I mean, Dreamer's going to be speaking, but tons of other people. So if the Dragon's Crossing guys are there, that'd be great. But yeah, I'm interested to see what's getting built, right? We need to bring more people into the space. The more people we get in here, the better it is for everybody. I was just listening to one of Ben Cohen's podcasts. He just jumped on live now that Bitcoin's gone above 30K.
Yeah.
And, he's like, right now in the altcoin space, it's just PvP, man. It's every man for themselves because, nobody right now is buying altcoins unless you're already in the ecosystem. So, it's not just DFK, it's just about everything, right? And there's no new buyers coming in. It's just people are rotating from one to the other, but no new money coming in just makes it a much harder, a much harder play for everybody involved. But I just love the fact that Jewel is sitting where it's at. I mean, I think that I always get on every day and I look at Dex Screener and CoinMarketCap, and I love that BTC is going up, but ETH going up too. I would just, I think that Jewel is just so undervalued. We can talk about it all we want, but with the deflationary token and with everything that's going on, it's just, it's, to me, with what these guys have built. I watch these other these other games get $10 million seed rounds, or $20 million seed rounds. And I'm like, God, the valuation of DFK is not even 20 million. So, it's just such a undervalued gem right now that I think, given the right circumstances, what we got on the horizon here with the sex listing and several other things, I just think that after we get through this bear market, oh man, there's just nowhere to go but up.
Dude, yeah, it's like the perfect scenario. It's with all the upside of planet Earth, this project, and it's like this tiny, dinky little micro cap gem. It's the next crypto gem, baby.
It is
Let's
the next
go.
crypto gem. I mean, we need to get some energy behind it. It's just like, we hear the same thing week after week, and it's just like, all right, where's the energy? Where's the new energy, the new blood going to come from? And I actually talked to Zealous today from DFK Helper, and he's seeing some new subscribers come in. So he's like, yeah, I'm starting to see some new people start to buy some heroes, and once they get to a certain level, they got to automate everything. And once they start to automate it, they start to see like, wow, this actually is a game. So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that, because I think that some of these tools now should probably start to get built in. And we were talking about automation, but even Born to Die's DFK Quester, I use that every day. The DFK the helper, get to automate things, and even what iOS code's built with the history. I mean, all those things are just so interesting.
I'm loving all these third-party devs. We got the best third-party devs ever, including yourself. It's dfktoday.com, right? And which is right here on your Twitter. You just come right here.
Yeah. I mean,
Twitter, which is in the description below.
We've been building some stuff behind the scenes. I built out a couple of things on Arbitrum. I was doing some stuff on ZK Sync for the last couple of months. And right now it's like we're trying to figure out what the best route is to go, because everybody's got a little bit of different tool when it comes to DFK. The guys, obviously the OGs from Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms, they've got an amazing product, which I know you use every day. And, I used to use that every single time I went out to summon, just to make sure that I was doing the right thing. And, but everybody's got their own little twist on what it is they do. And I think that all of these tools, and I was talking to Zealous about this, for like an hour today, all these tools just need to be a part of the game, right? Inside the realm. So when you log in, you should see, your dashboard with all your heroes and all your pets and all your items and what you got. And then, you should be able to automate and quest who you want to automate and quest. You can use power-ups or whatever you want to do, but the automation that Zealous has built into DFK Helper is just like, it's required, right? It's required for all of us, like for you and me, and especially anybody who's got over 100 heroes. It's like, I'm not going to go out there and quest all these guys manually. I got to use this automation, and so many other things can be automated. So many other things can be automated in the game, which make it so much more fun. Zealous was saying, like, wouldn't it be great for new players to come in and they just say, yeah, I want to buy 10 heroes. And it goes out there and it buys 10 heroes from them, and it automatically quests them, and it automatically gets their things, and it sells them. And they're like, oh, wow, I'm making money from this. This is great. Rather than having to learn it on their own. We all think that it's easy, that we've been doing this day in and day out, right, for the last year and a half. But the new players just don't understand this is the things you need to do. And I think that if you automated or you added something like that, just a self-custodial wallet that was built into DFK, where once a player came in, they didn't have to do anything with MetaMask. They didn't have to do anything with confirming transactions. They just hit a button, off it went. That would be so cool.
Dude, you're speaking my language. And you know what else would be cool is if we could sell our Gen Zeros in pairs.
I know. I've been working on that, Grady. So I know. I mean, I've got 5 Gen Zeros right now, and 2 of them, actually 4 of them, are perfectly matched. So they both match up with each other. They've got 3 of the gene pairs that will mutate, and those 2, those are the ones that are invaluable to us. It's hard to find those gene pairs that match, and selling your Gen Zeros as a pair is worth 2 or 3x what it would be if you just sold them individually.
It is. It's like and that's probably the best way to buy them, because it's so hard to find a pair where there's at least 2 matching mutation abilities. Okay. Right. And so check out these numbers. You know what would also be really cool on this website, and I'm sure you've already heard this, is to get the total pet count in the game. Baby. Yeah. What do you think?
I think that we had that for a while. Is it not down there on the bottom?
Well, you got the hero stats here.
Okay.
I didn't ever see the pet stats. And you do for our individual wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right here.
So the pets, I think, we had it for a while, but there was some kind of glitch. I know that Klaytn had some issues, and I talked to the guys when we were at ETH Denver, the Covalent team. and they said that Klaytn was they were getting initiated with the Klaytn chain so they could get their API open back up and we could start getting some of the details within the game. So I'm hoping that that's going to be the case, because then we can do the questing thing and we can see like on a daily basis, like DFK Tracker did, what we brought back as far as questing goes.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised when I talked to Zealous too, that he said that, and I pretty much believe this, but you're bringing back, you know, each hero is getting about $1 worth of items per month. So if you look at the price of heroes now and you're looking at like a $2 hero, you're paying for them in a couple of months. I mean, if you're, you know, just bringing them out and getting all the items and selling them off in the tavern or in the marketplace. But I was like, wow, so you're paying off your heroes now in 2 months. That's absolutely crazy to me.
Yes, right? That's my thoughts. Here's another thing I think to address this comment here. That's a good point that my fave OST just made, okay, is that here's what I think is pivotal, crucial for the game. And did we talk about this yet? What do you think of 1-star common pets? Are they going to be worth having, or are they going to be trash? You going to get rid of those? Get them out of here.
I think that 1-star common pets are going to be like basic common heroes, right? They're going to be the bottom of the food chain, but you're going to use them to go out there and, you know, they're going to bring back additional items for you. They're going to give you additional experience. They're going to, you know, they're going to be worth it to certain heroes, but, you know, other ones they're not going to be worth it to. So I think that everything's going to have value. It just depends on what you want to do with them. And
That's right.
I like that comment about the bots. The one thing that's really interesting with once you automate everything is that you start playing the game differently. And I think that you look at it like, okay, great. Yeah, we can bring back 3 times as many items if we're using bots, but also too, that's 3 times as many transactions that are going through DFKchain, which is then deflating the token, you know, by 3x what it is right now. So instead of doing 1 million transactions, there's 3 million transactions, and that jewel price or that jewel supply just continues to go down. And that's the thing that I like more about, you know, more about the automation than anything is the more transactions that we get going through that chain, you know, the lower the supply gets, the higher the price gets. It's just a matter of economics. So I think we should all look at that as like, how can we get more transactions going through DFKchain?
That's right. That's right. And my thoughts here are that I'm like you. I kind of look at a common 1-star pet is maybe not being quite as good as a common basic jobber hero. Okay. But as long as it's profitable and worth having, okay, that's going to start this crazy freight train. If that's true, if the 1-star common pets are worth owning, okay, for people, because we know we don't have enough pets combined with eggs to even come close to the number of heroes, the number of potential demand for the pets. So not enough pets to suffice, or even close to enough pets combined with eggs to suffice for the demand for the heroes. On top of that, not enough tiers, even close, to hatch all the eggs.
Right.
Okay. And so as this freight train gets going, as like you said, more people coming in, more bots, more botting, it's like, hey, we can buy up more of these cheap heroes. What happens? The floor rises. Then the demand for pets, if that comes in, the floor will rise on the pets, which then the floor will rise on eggs, which then the floor will rise on tiers. Then the sentiment and the ecosystem gets going because there's actual utility for the pet utility use case. Okay. And now all of a sudden you're talking about these heroes paying themselves off. Now it's like all the more becomes a reality because all of a sudden there's a demand now for the items that we're getting, because there's most of these items, there's no real world use case yet. We got stamina potions, we got stones. That's it. Okay. And so stone demand has gone way down because of the dark summoning. Okay. Right. And we all don't know what the hell to do there. Do we use the stone? Do we not use the stone? Do we burn the hero or not burn the hero? But that's more for your PvP people. So the people that are hardcore wanting that awesome PvP hero out there, that mythic Dread Knight with exalted abilities and stuff like that. Mythic heroes, exalted abilities. The best way to get there, dark summoning. Okay. Yep. So that's going to be more for your hardcore PvP guys out there, which I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of that coming. Okay. Because the game, as we know, being developed out. Pervy Sage, baby, workhorse, working his magic, working around the clock, day and night, 7 days a week. The developers are developing. I love it. Okay. And when this game is going to be freaking awesome, in my opinion, and there's going to be like combat pros out there, it'll drive demand way 10 million times more demand all over again for stamina potions. That'll become a real thing. More dark summoning. Boom. Heroes getting burned. That takes tiers. The dark summoning. Crafting coming. We got these new crafting genes. How about that? Whoa. My mind is blown. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah. Crafting to me is huge. I mean, that was such a big deal when it actually made its the genes popped out. That was just like, it was like at least another breath of fresh air to see like, okay, these are what the genes are. And I know Starbuck was pissed off, and I rightfully so, right? Because those unknown genes, those unknown stat genes that we had forever, that we were thinking like, okay, what are these actually going to do? Now at least we know that they're crafting. But if you went and tried to mutate those up to exalted or whatever it was that they tried to do just on speculation, then yeah, you're kind of bummed out, obviously, right? Because you're like, oh yeah, I had these exalted stats unknown genes, and now I've just got these 2 crafting genes. But I'm so excited that the biggest thing about the gene reroll, not that we got the crafting, was now we have the ability to go forward with everybody having these NFTs that are, of course, customized and they can grow, they can do all these things. But yeah, now the team can actually build out around them, where we used to have just these. I mean, think back 18 months ago, what they must have thought when they first made these NFT heroes, right? They're just a bunch of stats on a card. I'm amazed that they thought about the genes ahead of time. But now we've got all the genes, all the crafting, all of the stats, the PJ status, right? I know Hubert wants to do the PJ LAN tournament, and I know that everybody's kind of holding his feet to the fire on that. But now he has the ability to do it because every card has a PJ stat on it. So I'm excited to see what comes next. Now that we've got the genes out of the way, it's great. We can move into PvP. We can move into land battles. We can move into all these other things, crafting. I think that people are kind of sleeping on the fact that all these items are going to be used in some way, shape, or form to craft. And we don't know what they're going to need. But now we know that each hero at the max can only do 2 things. But if they have 1 crafting gene, if they have that bonus crafting gene that they got 2, they're going to do like 2 or 3x on that craft. So if it's goldsmithing or leathersmithing or whatever it is, they're going to be really powerful, and they're going to be worth a lot more in the tavern. But again, it's just until that utility comes out, it's going to be speculation. But I'm excited with my heroes now that have the the single crafting gene, because I'm like, okay, now I got to match them up with a pet. So I went right out to the hatchery, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to find myself some rare and legendary pets now that I can match these guys up with.
That's right, baby. Keep going. Don't even stop. I love it. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's so much happening right now with, all the different things. But like I mentioned, it's like a PvP battle between all the DFK players, because we're all thinking, identical things like, okay, this is what we need to do and this is what we need to do. But unless we get these new players that come in and see the benefits and see like, oh, this is what I can do. And so, after talking to Risen about the USDC challenge, I think we need to get Umfreak just like broadcasting his strategy of how he took $100 in USDC and 2x'd it, right, in 30 days. And if we were just broadcasting that through live, Twitter Spaces, Twitch, YouTube, everything that was out there, Umfreak, show us the way. How did you turn, how did you 2x your money in 30 days? And he's already gone through and created the video for it. I've watched it. I'm using the strategy too. I love him. He's a great demonstration of what you can do if you just think about like what the different things are inside the DFK, ecosystem that you can benefit from. And it's all just about summoning the right pairs with the right genes. If it's going to be a Gen 1 10 of 10, or if it's going to be a Gen 1 5 of 5 advanced, you just got to look ahead and say like, okay, here's how I'm going to take my stack, my bag right now, and how I'm going to grow it. And that's all we really are looking for right now. All of us are. I mean, it's just like, how do we 2x, how do we 3x our jewel bag, our heroes, everything, until we get to that next bull run. And hopefully we can onboard, the next 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 players into the game. So yeah, it's a fun time to be here.
Dude, I know. And what's this all about? It's crafting professions.
Yeah.
We got 2 professions now. There's crafting professions and gathering professions. What do you think's going on there? This is going to be like a profession, like a quest that we go on to craft. And what can we make like mythic weapons or we got that chance.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be so much fun to see what we can craft. I mean, that's when I think the gold really is gonna start to come into play, because we're gonna take, like you said, if we get a mythic whatever sword, and we encrust it with some crystals or stones or whatever it is that we're gonna do, and then we put it onto the vendor and we sell it for 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 gold. That's going to give gold a lot more value, right? So we're going to be able to buy and sell weapons, and then of course people are going to want the strongest weapons. So yeah, just building that in-game ecosystem is going to be so cool.
I'm like, my mind is blown. This crafting thing, it opens up a whole new freaking world for each and every one of our heroes. And so memorizing this thing, where's it at? There's DFK today, baby. Okay, we got expert. Like, memorizing this chart is going to be nuts. It's like blacksmithing, strength and wisdom, goldsmithing, dex and luck, armor smithing, endurance and agility, woodworking, vitality and dex, leatherworking, agility, strength, tailoring, wisdom, endurance, enchanting, intelligence, vitality, alchemy, luck, intelligence. Like, I'm going to have to like go over that 50 times before it even starts.
It's a lot. I mean, again, it's just a whole new way to look at your heroes. I mean, I think that some of them are now going to be worth a lot more than you thought that they were, right? If you've got a common basic monk that, didn't have much going on, but now has an incredible alchemy skill, and, it's got the right stats behind it, all of a sudden that's 2x in value, right? And then if you get that crafting profession up to 10, because that they're going to do the same thing with crafting, where you're going to have, higher crafting and higher crafting. So maybe they start off and they can build little things, but as they get 10 or 20 or 30, crafting skill points, they're going to be able to build new things. And it's going to be really fun to see what those things are.
Right. And then we got the elements: blacksmithing, fire; goldsmithing, water; armor smithing, earth; woodwork. I forgot about this. Woodworking, wind, WW. There we go. Wind, not water. Goldsmithing, water; woodworking, wind. Okay. Ooh, LL. Look at this. Leatherworking, lightning; tailoring, ice; enchanting, light. Light. Enchantment is light.
Yep.
Alchemy is dark. Okay. And then what do you think is going to be the difference when it's like a pure crafting gene versus two separate crafting genes? Like, surely it can't be that big of a difference, or is it going to be a huge difference?
I think that it's going to be a big difference. I would assume that you'll probably get like either 2x on the speed of crafting something, or possibly be able to craft additional items because you have that singular expert status on it. But yeah, I would just assume that they'll probably think, Hubert's got he's just giddy right now, thinking up all these little things about what he can do with this. But yeah, just all of the genes now are going to play into how, and it makes me excited too, because when I summon just like a common wizard now, I flip him over and I'm looking, does he have enchanting or does he have alchemy as his craft? If he does, then that makes it a little bit better, right? Because I'm thinking like, okay, if it's a wizard or a scholar or a priest and they've got a magic type of crafting skill, that's going to be a little bit better too, because they're going to get higher wisdom, they're going to get higher intelligence, and they're going to be able to do these things better. So, or if I get a dark knight, or I get somebody that's got a blacksmithing skill, I'm like, yes, okay, perfect. That'll match up ideally with them. So,
look at this. Okay, look at this. My first hero I just looked at: woodworking, wind, and then archer 130 because it's vitality and dex. First hero, woodworking. Wind,
yes,
and it's a freaking archer, baby. So what was just an hero, right? He's got all basic abilities there.
Yep.
Does have a stone, baby. Now all of a sudden, look at what this became: a commodity.
Yeah.
And what will the rarity of the hero matter here? I guess it does on the stats. That's really all that'll affect there, which is dex. So I need to start for this hero, leveling him up for vitality and dex.
Yeah. And then once they get to you're probably going to want to pair that guy with a woodworking pet too. So
Yeah, 3-star.
exactly.
Baby, with the element boost. And what's this all about? It's a profession with a stat number. How's that work with crafting professions? Isn't that interesting? What's going on there?
Yeah.
Okay, while we're on these professions, it'll take away from getting items, by the way,
right.
on gathering professions. If we're too busy crafting, we won't be gathering items. All of a sudden, items become in demand. Maybe we should stop selling our items that are worthless practically now. Ooh, my wheels are spinning while we're live. I'm way behind on the chat, baby.
Well, you know that you're exactly right. These heroes are not going to be able to be doing everything all at once. And I think that that's a lot of things that people aren't looking at is like, they're just thinking like, oh, I'm going to send these out to fish or forage. And the fish and foragers are the only heroes right now that have value to them. But when you look at what's going to be doing professions and which ones are going to be doing PvP, and there'll probably be other things too that these heroes are doing. Plus, they're going to be traveling at some point, so they might not even be in a place where you can fish or forage or mine, and they might need to travel to a different land in order to be able to craft. So we're looking at lots of different aspects of the game that are probably going to play into the tokenomics, right? So it's like, how do we look at it in such a way that, okay, we're going to be crafting these, probably half of the heroes now are going to be crafting, maybe maybe less than that will be out there doing their actual gathering profession. I didn't realize they call it gathering professions now. I thought it was just profession quests.
Yeah, it's not profession questing anymore. It's gathering professions.
So we're going to get half as many items now, and they're going to be crafting probably another set of items, which is probably going to be worth a lot more because they're only going to be able to craft 2 of them at the most. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Right? And we're going to want the pets, baby. And then the pets give you that. Ooh, my wheels are spinning here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but once I started seeing my genes, I went right out to the hatchery and I was just like looking at, okay, this guy's a goldsmither. He's got dual goldsmithing skills. I need at least a 2 or a 3 goldsmithing pet. So I'm going to buy a rare pet that has 2 goldsmithing. And I was just buying up all the floor pets I could that had the crafting skills that I needed for my heroes. And I was like, I don't know what these are going to be worth it later on, but I'm going to get them now when they're actually, when the use case isn't there yet.
Ooh, baby, I'm telling you, woo, I'm about to cry. I'm so freaking bullish on DeFi Kingdoms, boys and girls. Look out what's coming. So we got all this awesome development happening. It's so big brains. It's beyond me. It's beyond what I'm even close to wrapping my mind around right now. Because then you got the PvP element. You got all these factors we got to weigh on how to level our heroes, how to do all this. Ooh, my heart's skipping beats here. We're going to be I think most people are just going to go right on to crafting with most of their heroes at first to build up these stats, these crafting stats, baby. Okay. Ooh, my heart's skipping beats here. I'm loving this. Okay.
Yeah. As the crafting becomes live, then you're right. There's going to be a lot less items, which is going to increase the value of the items, which is just going to make there be more floor level heroes that get sold to go out there and gather, so that the crafters that are good at crafting can build their things. And that flywheel starts to work. I get excited like you do. I start to see that long-term vision. I'm like, wow, okay, these guys are thinking about it. Instead of all these guys going out and gathering and just taking their items and dumping them on the market, they continue to go down all these items day after day because nobody's making potions and nobody's making stones. But all of a sudden they have the ability to go out there and make armor, and it's got some value to it, but you need to have all these gathered items. Oh my God. What if you had to have, rock root, you had to have 1,000 rock root to make something? It's going to change the entire internal values of the game.
Look out. So is everything, we've seen what's happened with tiers since August, right? Are all the items going to kind of follow suit? I don't know. Because
I think that we got the taste of it with tiers, right? We saw what could happen if you just did a little bit. And if all these items decide that they're going to be useful in the game and people stop selling them and they start to say like, oh, okay, I can use these things to go out and build something better. And that one thing that I build is going to make me, 10 times what I would just from gathering. Oh, wow. Then all of a sudden those heroes that have that crafting skill that you really covet are going to be worth that much more. And then all those items that you need to craft that item are going to be so much more. So yeah, I really like the way that everything's starting to get built out.
Dude. Yeah. So Sticks Intern going live 7 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday night. Today's Monday, right? Okay. I'm going to be tuning in there. I think Crypto Kong, who's like my sidekick now, he's like my right-hand man. He's helping me out. Okay. So I'm pumped for Sticks. He just bought Gen Zeros, baby. Let's go. Okay. So I've got this, I'm feeling this vibe. Okay. From George's video. George did a recap video on his time in LA shooting the Next Crypto Gym TV show. He was talking about 2 guys from a project that won him over. And he was talking about how they're nice guys. They're not bullies that are trying to, step over someone to get ahead. They're the nice guys. And he's saying that they're winning, but he alluded to them potentially being a rug pull. So he thought, which he said on his channel. If you guys remember, back last May, he said, DeFi Frisky Fox, it's looking like a rug pull. I don't think this project is going to survive. I got out of DeFi Kingdoms. Okay. And so I've got this vibe. Then he started talking about the community, Kristian Peter. He started talking about the community of DeFi Kingdoms, not DeFi Kingdoms. If he's talking about DeFi Kingdoms, he's talking about the community of DeFi Kingdoms. Okay. And so I just got this vibe. He was talking about DeFi Kingdoms. He was talking about Dreamer and Frisky. And I've got this vibe on that. They're going to show little clips of a lot of the YouTubers and the third-party developers and all the stuff going on within the community on the TV show. Because here's why even more that I got a vibe here is because, all of a sudden George is responding to me when I message him. And he was before, to be fair. Okay, I connected with him a lot before the show, but he even came on the show and commented on the live stream. Okay. I've got Brian D. Evans liking my tweets, letting me up on his Twitter spaces tonight. I'm just feeling this vibe happening here. I've got such a good feeling here. You guys, boys and girls, look out. This thing's going to be on DirecTV now, like primetime DirecTV on like channel 241 or something. You'll be able to record it. And he said it's like on 15 other platforms in the United States. It's going to be in tons of different countries. They're talking about hundreds of millions of people watching it. I mean, that's a stretch. We'll just say some of their other shows from BitSpoke TV, whatever that is, has had over 3 to 6 to 8 million views on some of those reality TV shows. This one has way more distribution partnerships. It's like on a whole nother level, okay, than those shows getting millions of views. Whew. You got these big YouTubers. You got BitBoy, George. You got Leah. She's all over YouTube. I didn't even know that. I followed her channel. So her Twitter has like pushing, I think, 700,000 followers. Her YouTube has pushing like 350,000 subscribers. Okay. You got BitBoy. You've got the Shark Tank guy. And there's more. There's more. There's something I can't tell you besides the TV show. It's killing me. Okay. And so, holy freaking smokes. How lucky are we to be in when Jules at 18 cents, when items are worth 0.000000001 pennies per item. Okay. Man, I don't know. This project's either going to fail or it's going to succeed. That's always been my mindset. And I just have dug my heels in the ground, ride or die style, baby. DeFi Kingdoms. Okay. We're riding or dying. That's me. Okay. I'm crazy like that. And so it's like I see these prices down. I'm not selling my items at this point. Everything's so down. I mean, I might sell some when I need stuff, or I'm trying to like do liquidity in the garden still a little bit here and there. I'll hatch some eggs here and there. Did you see any boost from the egg event?
No, not really. I mean, not like I did last year. Last year I got like hundreds of eggs. This year it's been slower.
You got hundreds of eggs? Damn. Last year I never got an egg ever until this weekend a year ago. And then I got a few. And it was like, oh, I got an egg.
Back when eggs were $100, you know, it was like,
yeah,
it was a huge deal.
And I'm like texting my kids, I got an egg. I got my egg. Oh, it's a blue egg this time. Ah, and then I got a green egg. Ah,
yeah,
it was like such a big deal back then. Okay, so now what, we got eggs at what, 40 cents?
Yeah, eggs were down under 50 cents, so it's been a completely different game. But yeah, last year when the egg drops came, it was like 10x of eggs, and then the pets came out, and it was like, oh yes, we not only did we get these eggs, but now we can hatch them, and it was like the best.
Yeah,
you know,
we're
just
like in heaven. We're just staring at our pets on our phone after hatching it, like, ooh, look at that, taking screenshots, sharing it. All right, listen, I would love to see this dashboard show the total number of pets, because I think we're still like below 1,500 total mythic pets total in the game. And because they were even saying like 12 or 1,300, the mythic squad. They were saying 1,000, but that's like been a month or two ago. So I'm assuming, you know, there's more. Okay, wait, so there's only 7,000 total mythic heroes.
There's only 7,000 mythic heroes, and you know, the more I think about it too, the amount of heroes that we lost on Harmony, 61,000.
Yeah,
I don't think people talk about that too much, but yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
Which is nuts. There's 136, about 137,000 dead heroes. Why is it when I come here, okay, when I come to the marketplace and I look at this guy, this spot down here, popular deaths, it says 69,000 here.
Yeah, so there's 69,000 that people have burned in the pit. There's 61,000 on Harmony, so that's 100. And then there's the PJ heroes that didn't make it back.
Yeah, the PJ heroes is at 18,000. But are the Harmony ones considered dead?
Well, we put them on there as dead because they just didn't. Nobody's ever moved them over. I mean, they're not technically dead, but I mean, how many people are coming back? And if they are coming back, how are they going to Harmony, and how do they know what they're going to do with them? So, I mean, having 60,000 plus heroes on Harmony just threw me off completely. I was like, wow, that many people just left the game.
Right. See, I think there's a bunch of people sleeping in this ecosystem that's going to wake back up, baby. I mean,
you know, every time I go to DFK
heroes on Harmony, yeah, you can come right here and send them travel to Crystalvale, baby, or bridge heroes right from Harmony. I would get the F off Harmony if anybody happens to still be on Harmony. Okay, and as far as Klaytn goes, I saw the comment. Klaytn, they're soon, I think fairly soon, going to be reducing the Klaytn gas fees by 75%. I think that'll open things wide open again on Klaytn. What do you think there?
Yeah, I think that you know, to me, I like Serendale. I can't believe how low Jade has gotten, but I shouldn't really complain about it too much because I just keep, you know, I keep on summoning new heroes and hatching out all my pets and stuff. So yeah, I think that people complain too much about 2 cents in gas. I mean, because that just to me means that they're just selling all their items. And they're trying to break even. If they're concerned about 2 cents or 3 cents of gas prices, I mean, even DFKchain is going to be at some point, if Jewel goes up to $1 or $2, it's going to be 5 cents or 10 cents to, you know, to do a transaction. So we got to look at it in terms of, okay, what are you getting for that transaction? well, the items then are going to need to get more value to them. So instead of people just going out there and constantly farming and dumping the items to try to break even, you should look at what which professions you're best at, or which I guess gathering professions you're best at right now, and go out there and make the best of those heroes, and not just summon everybody or just gather with everybody just to gather. And that'd be better for the ecosystem as a whole, because there'd be less sell pressure and things would go up. So people complaining about gas, to me, is just kind of that misnomer of like, you should be looking at like, how do I best utilize this to my advantage? Plus, with Jade being so low and Crystal being so low, I mean, people talking about those two as inflationary tokens. They're not inflationary. I mean, they're emitting them in the gardens, but they have a hard cap. They're both 250 million hard caps on those. So they're gonna when you told me, Grady, that Crystal now is getting burned more than Jewel, I was so shocked. I mean, talk a little bit more about that.
Right. So first of all, okay, coming back here to the DFK chain, the number one source of burning, I believe, right now is this in the meditation circle. Okay, we've got this token offerings. 75% of all this gets burned, and we can win Gen Zeros. Look at this, 66,000 freaking crystal. So I never go in here because it's too damn, my chances are too damn low. I mean, why not? Let's do one. Let's do one crystal. Okay, we can do that. Okay, if it's gonna work. I think I gotta refresh. But 75% of all that gets burned.
That's so amazing. I love that. That just, to me, is like they continually look for ways to get these supply down on everything. And people are sleeping on the fact that Crystal and Jade are not inflationary, tokens. They're going to go up in value once we get more people playing the game.
Right. And so these tokens, okay, what are we up to now? Let's check the Discord. Okay. Because I mean, are we up to, what are we up to? Are we up to, let's see, over here. Yeah, the hero, the bot. You look at this bot on the right-hand side, command. Okay, on the right-hand side, where's it at? Okay, 69,100. Okay, we've got 35.2 million Jewel, by the way, locked up. So for Jewel, okay, we got 1,121,000 Jewel burned. We're up to 1,538,000 crystal burned.
Wow.
So over 1.5 million crystal burned. Also, because 5% of all the crystal used in summoning and hatching, all those tavern fees that happen, 5% of that, Jewel and Jade burned.
Gone. Yeah.
Gone. So, so I wonder if this is in this counter. What do you think? Is this current stuff being counted in that counter? Because once this goes through, like we might have a whole nother 66,000 crystal burned, or not 66,000, 75% of that 66,000 just burned.
But that could easily, I mean, wasn't the last one close to like 150,000?
Maybe, but that's like insane.
So 125,000 basically is getting burned. People can win a Gen Zero. That's great. You could put in a lot less and still have a chance in the raffle. But yeah, that burning mechanism, and not only this, Grady, now that they offer the same thing with summoning, right? You can burn the locked Jade or locked Crystal. Yes. So now you can do a 4x of that. So 4 times your summoning costs are getting burned as well.
Right. Which I definitely would not do that, right?
Like, I don't ever do it. I mean,
I don't even think I'd do it at 3x. I would have to debate doing it right now at 2x. Maybe on Crystal I would. But because where are we at on the price of Crystal? It's down to like 4.5 cents now. It keeps going down as we expected. Okay, we're at 4.72 cents. We got Bitcoin pumping, baby.
Yeah, Bitcoin's going up a lot, but the price of Crystal and the price of Jade, I thought that they'd probably settle somewhere between 5 and 10 cents. But I also too thought that once we have the next bull run and people are actually playing the game, those things go up because they're just going to be like Jewel was, during the last bull run. People are going to come in, they're going to want to pair them, they're going to want to farm with them, they're going to want to use them to buy items and buy heroes and buy everything else. So yeah, the price is going to go up, but we want to keep them low, to the fact that people can come in and buy a hero for $5 or $10. We don't want them where heroes, the floor heroes are $100 or $200. So I thought that at 10 cents, Crystal and Jade would still be a good deal, and a 40 Crystal or a 40 Jade hero would still be about $4.
Let's talk about that. Let's dive into that a little. Let's unpack that. What's up, Brown Gent? We got Beef. We got we're popping off here in the chat. I'm way behind. Okay, so I kind of push back on the argument of we want it to be cheap argument, because I can tell you this. Let's say the floor heroes went back up to $100, $200. You know what would happen? Guess what would happen?
What would happen?
This is the argument I'm going to make. All of a sudden, people in the Philippines and people in Africa and people in the Latino, South America, they're going to be buying up heroes because they can make a living doing it. That's what we see in Axie. So it's like, what's weird is the FOMO that happens, okay, when things start pumping, and it's still going with Axie. I'm surprised that Axie is still just going strong. Like, you look at that market cap, you look at the player base in Axie, and somebody did say it's something's jaded, like with the stats with the Axie Infinity numbers, but it blows away DeFi Kingdoms. I don't think they do on transactional numbers. Like, I think we're the king by far on number of transactions per day, but all the other numbers, Axie Infinity blows us away. Okay, how much is an Axie right now? Do we know?
I haven't paid attention since the prices crashed and that bridge hack. But when I first got into Axie, they were about $500 each.
And then the floor went up to 3,800.
Oh yeah, they went up a lot, and I sold them back when they started dropping. But yeah, they were the Axie, the original Axie was more of a Ponzi. I mean, you had to have exit liquidity for new players. So when nobody new started coming back in, it was like, the constant sell pressure just killed it.
Yeah.
Which I think DFK has kind of taken into account now that we have basically 3 tokens to use for, that kind of thing. And Jewel's not even it's not even really taken into account for anything. It's just the DEX basic token. So you want to have that sell pressure beyond things outside of the game. If people want to sell, they can sell their items, they can sell their things, but they're not going to sell Jewel, because why would you sell it? It's just basically going to continue to accumulate value.
Right. So Jewel, of all things, and Gen Zeros, right? What do you think of how many Gen Zeros do you have? You're up over 2,000 heroes now, right?
Yeah, I have about 2,100 heroes. I have 5 Gen Zeros. I bought 4 and I won 1 in the summoning event. So that was cool. They're all scholars or legionnaires. And so I'm just summoning a bunch of scholars, legionnaires, and bards basically. But I love spellbows. Spellbows are by far my favorite now in the game.
Yeah, me too.
So much. Yeah.
But I don't have one yet. I don't even have a spellbow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been getting, I probably have about 12 spellbows right now. They're awesome. And now that I know the gene structure on how to position them to get advanced and transcendent genes, I've just been doing that, and it's been fun just kind of going through and summoning. I use DFK Helper all the time to go through and summon all my new heroes for me. So I wake up in the morning, I've got like 20 crystals to crack. I open them all up and just see what I got for the day. I post a lot of them on Twitter, so it's fun to actually go through. That's still the best part of the game, right? Is summoning and seeing what you get and hoping for that mythic that just pops up every once in a while and just blows your mind. Yeah.
And that exalted ability. Okay. So to answer this, Mr. Turtlebutt baby. Okay. So there's no more staking power tokens because we stake Jewel now. And so Jewel gives us the power ups, it's the governance. But if you want to stake power tokens, you just take it right in here and come to the gardens, right? So the interest is more realistic now, okay, with Crystal. And what's the benefit of doing this on Crystalvale is that it's 100% released crystal.
Yep.
Okay. Versus Jade, I don't even think we've hit 50% yet.
No, Jade's still around 60%.
More than 50% goes into locked Jade, which we got our miners going over there, unlocking that every day, baby. Okay. But the miners aren't keeping up, you know, if you've got a bunch of liquidity. Now, these APRs are a little bit higher, but you're better off probably just getting it unlocked. Now, if you're bullish on the power tokens long term, which I'm semi kind of bullish on the power tokens long term, because I love all these burning mechanics they keep bringing into the game. Okay. But I don't know. I debate that. What do you think there? Like,
I think that, you know, right now, I think you're exactly right. I do most of my staking with Jewel and the power token in whatever the realm is that I really want to get more tokens in. But Crystalvale, I think that what people don't understand too is these APRs are lower because the power tokens are so low, right? If the power tokens were at 10 cents or 20 cents, these APRs would be 3x what they are right here.
Yeah, because it's like a temporary snapshot. And so if the power tokens start pumping, all of a sudden these APRs go up. That's right.
Right. So, I mean, a lot of people are, when they farm or when they're mining or when they're getting these additional crystal or the additional jade, they're just selling it right off the bat. They're selling it into Jewel or into USDC. And that's fine. I mean, everybody's, you know, plays the game a little bit differently, but yeah, I don't know where the bottom is to the power tokens, but it's got to be at some point when we get new players in the game and they want to come in, they want to buy heroes. That's when we saw, you know, the things really start to take off initially on the initial bump. Yeah.
Right. And I think there is some sell pressure. So every time you summon, every time you hatch eggs, it does burn 5% of that. But then 15% is auto sold into Jewel. So it's like sell pressure right away. Then, you know, part of that goes like 30%, I think, goes to the gardens rewards. Okay. But then also you got 50% of that going to the team. And so the team makes the revenue from that. And so I imagine that there's always just sell pressure on those power tokens. But with the mechanic of burning, okay, in the long term, it causes me to be more bullish. In the short term, and I'm saying like with over this next year, there's buy pressure, but there's also sell pressure at the same, like right out the back door when we're using these tokens. So, okay. So I've got another question I want to ask you, but coming back to the argument of we want things cheap so that people can come into the game and play. I'll argue that if the floor of heroes 20x's right now, it will bring more people into the game because it's FOMO. It's just, that's crypto. If Bitcoin right now 10x'd, guess what everybody would be doing?
Oh yeah. Everybody would want to buy Bitcoin.
When Bitcoin's dumping, what's everybody doing? They're selling their Bitcoin.
Yep.
That's what we do. We sell when it's low and we buy when it's high.
You're exactly right. You're right. You're 100% right on that. The one thing I think that we didn't have initially was, since the supply of heroes was so low, you know, when we initially got into the game, it was artificially inflated, right? So, you know, the first hero I bought was about $500 USD. And, you know, when you paired them together and summoned, the summons that we were doing were costing like $300 or $400. So it was, you know, just a lot different scale that we were using. I think that at some point we're going to see floor heroes that are still going to be $5 or $10. But we're going to see heroes that are much more powerful and have a lot more utility inside the game be tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, when Gen Zeros got to be $100,000, I was like, oh my God, this is absolutely insane right now, because they initially sold for about $1,200. So all the Gen Zeros just basically 100x'd. And that was the peak of the market. But, you know, I can see Gen Zeros being close to 50,000, 60,000, you know, even $100,000 if the game does well. But I think that those floor heroes, you know, the ones that probably don't have as much utility that maybe come out and they're not the most desirable ones. Yeah, they should still be $5 or $10. You should still allow people to come in, buy them, do some farming, gather, get some items from them, build up your hero stable using those floor heroes, buy a higher level hero, buy a better hero, buy an advanced hero. I just like that. I like that tiered system where, you know, you're inclusive to a larger variety of people all throughout the world than, you know, the people in the first world that think, oh yeah, I want to buy $100 NFT. And most of the world, that's absolutely insane. You know, they have trouble spending $1 or $2 on most of this thing. So I would hope that we keep it reasonable and affordable so that we get, you know, instead of having 1 million people in the game, we have it open to 100 billion or 1 billion people that can all afford something.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You make good points there. I mean, it definitely feels crazy owning over 1,800 heroes, 2,100 heroes. Okay, so here's my next question. That was an awesome answer. I love this chat popping, baby. We got Noonie, we got Link, we got, okay, yeah, they need more utility. I mean, but the power tokens carry the most utility. They're just so inflationary and all the sell pressure. But see, I think power tokens it'll catch up eventually. The burning, even with sell pressure from the team needing to sell for their revenue, because it's a revenue generating protocol, which is awesome. They increased, by the way, they decreased their own revenue and increased what the burning, it went from 1% to 5%. The jeweler rewards went from 10% to 15%. And the garden rewards, I think, were always at 30%.
Yep.
So next question. So eventually, I think power tokens, it'll shake out. And I don't know if we bottomed yet. Maybe there's a decent chance 3 cents might be the bottom, but maybe not. You know, it's like, gosh dang. But I kind of feel like, I mean, I thought Jade at 10 cents was bottom.
Yeah, so, I thought when Crystal hit 10 cents, that was about as low as we would see it. I thought Jade might get down to the same thing, about 10 cents. Yeah. When they were at 5 cents, I was like, okay, this is probably as low as they'll go. I don't know how low they'll go, but I just know that once we hit the next bull run, it'll seem like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't buy it at whatever they're at, right? If it's 2 cents or 5 cents or 10 cents. Jewel, the same thing, right? What's the problem with Jewel saying it at 15 cents? I mean, it got down as low as 12 cents, and I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, so crazy.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much room to grow now, because, you know, you keep talking about it as well, Grady. It's like we've got probably a handful of people playing, you know, a couple hundred to 1,000 people playing DFK right now. If we just had 2,000, we'd 2x everything. You know, if we had 10,000, we'd 10x everything. It's just it's a matter of numbers, getting more people excited, getting more people into the game. Yeah.
And we used to have 55,000 daily active wallets at our peak. 55,000. So I think 10% are sleeping on DeFi Kingdoms and will reawake. They will awaken. Okay, which is about 5,000 plus people, at least 5,000 daily active users will come back alive in the game. When things like their work, I know they've got mega partnerships up their sleeve. Mega partnerships.
Oh, yeah.
Avalanche Gaming. Klaytn. Everyone's hating on Klaytn. Boys and girls, listen. This is the Asia market. You got to give them time to do their magic, okay? So there's a lot of bullish things happening in Asia, Klaytn Gaming, all that. So I'm pumped about the Klaytn partnership. Maybe could it have been better to go with like Arbitrum? Maybe. Okay. What do you think there? Like, had we gone to Arbitrum, maybe that would have brought in more players. Maybe in the short term, maybe.
Yeah, I think that there's so many catalysts right now that are upcoming. I mean, I don't like to jump the gun when it comes to these things, because I don't want to give anybody advice, but I just think if you put on your crystal ball, put on your Swami hat for a little bit and just look ahead. In May, we've got the Avalanche Summit in Barcelona. Remember what happened last time at the Avalanche Summit when
Yeah.
Dreamer and Fox got up on stage, and Dreamer and Fox did their presentation, and it was a half an hour of them talking about the roadmap of DFK. And all of a sudden, Jewel went from like whatever it was at the time, it was like, I don't know, it 2x'd. I was like, wow, that was insane. And that was just them talking at the Avalanche Summit. That's coming up next month. You know, we're talking 30 days, and the whole team's going to be there, and they're going to be showcased again because they're the top subnet on all of Avalanche, and Avalanche pushes DFK to the front every time during these things because they want to see what other people can do. So we've got that in May. In June, we've got the 3XP conference. Plus, we might have the next crypto gym. You know, plus we have all kinds of other things that are happening. It's going to be summer. Things are going to be different. And then we've got the sex listing, which I think is still in the backs of everybody's minds that we're like, okay, when's that going to happen? I think Dreamer's going to pop that out here in the next couple of months. And he's going to be like, all right, we've got these, you know, we've got the market maker in place. We've got crypto.com or one of the, you know, top tiered centralized exchanges on board. And it's just going to be like, wow, boom, 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 boom. And then people are going to be like, God, why didn't I buy Jewel when it was 15 cents? You know, now it's $1.50. And it's just going to be like, whoa, okay, what happened? Oh, well, we were talking about it. And during the bear market, people get so bearish on everything. But once you hit that little bit of a bull run, get that momentum, just like you're saying, things turn really quickly. It's crypto.
Yeah, we're going to be saying like, we tried to tell you guys from shouting from the rooftops, okay, doing our videos. Okay, so, all right. So, right. And we had George talking about DeFi Kingdoms last year.
You're right. You've done a great job with George.
Guess what? George just yesterday talked about DeFi Kingdoms again. He made it a point to mention, because he was talking about, it was all about Avalanche Subnet. They have this new privacy feature where a bank or these business big time companies can come create a subnet that's privacy, but also regulated, okay? So that a government, if they were to subpoena data that needs to be private, like business, big companies, maybe don't want everything to be totally visible on the blockchain, okay? They can now jump into crypto, big VCs, into Avalanche and their subnets, and do a private privacy subnet chain that's also compliant with the government. Big news, okay? So George, Altcoin Daily, telling us about this, these Avalanche subnets, all this Avalanche news keeps coming. Okay, and then he kept mentioning, and DeFi Kingdoms was the first subnet, by the way. And then he starts talking about it, and he goes, again, by the way, DeFi Kingdoms was the first Avalanche subnet. And then he keeps going, talking about something totally unrelated other than it's an Avalanche subnet. I'm just feeling this vibe flowing through my body, this DeFi Kingdoms love. We're going to have George talking about DeFi Kingdoms again, baby. I'm feeling it. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, look out. Just think of all the people sleeping on this game that were once in this game. They still got their heroes sitting over there in Harmony. Okay, and they're going to be like, oh, damn, I wanted Gen Zero or da-da-da-da-da. And they're going to be like, now a bunch of those heroes are probably lost. They died. They lost their keys or whatever. But a lot of people are just sleeping on the game. They're going to come back. I had to help George get his stuff off Harmony. I see it still every once in a while. People say, oh, you're not on Harmony anymore? They still say that. Yep. Okay, and I'm like helping them. I was helping George get off Harmony and get into Crystalvale. Okay, and so breathe, Grady. I'm so, hey, we got TF Burke back in the house. Did you see what he made me?
No, what did he make?
You didn't see this? Ooh, wait, this is him. That's the man. What a good-looking fool right there.
Good-looking
guy. He was blowing up Twitter today. Look at what he made me. Okay, hang on. We got to zoom in for this one. Zoom. Let's go. Oop, too much. Let's say. All right. Look at this. Woo, baby.
Oh my God. That is
so great.
I love it. Look at that. You got your own coin, baby.
And he's talking about, so my YouTube channel is just about to 1,000 followers, subscribers. So he's saying, in good faith, it's going to happen in April. Well, I talked to Jet again. He's coming on when he gets time. It's happening soon. Talk to ChainID. I bet getting ChainID and Altfather on, boom, right away. It'll take it over 1,000. And so shout out to GF Burke, who's a crypto lifer guy. He's one of the crypto lifer moderators. Okay. And last night we had a couple of the crypto lifer guys on. GF Burke, who's won 2 eggs now, by the way, and I'm going to help him get in the game. I've been so busy today, man. Sorry. Going to help you out. We got to get them onto Klaytn or either one of the chains, the DFK chain or Klaytn. You can hatch that egg. I'm going to send this man an awesome pet.
That is so
awesome hero.
cool. I absolutely love that. That is awesome. Bert, you're the man. That's one of the coolest gifts I've ever seen. That should be in the DFK realm right now. You should be able to win the Grady coin.
Oh, baby. Okay. Accept and sign. All right. Wait. Oh, man. I got dogs in the trash back there. Okay. Okay. Dogs, cats, chill. Okay. Is this not freaking cool?
That is so cool. That's one of the coolest gifts I've ever seen. I mean, that is badass. I love it.
So shout out to Crypto Lifer. Yesterday was his birthday. I've got Crypto Lifer never stops.
Happy birthday,
he's tweeting all day long. He's doing videos all day long. I can't keep up with the man. He's a beast. He's a machine. He's a trader. We're going to get Crypto Lifer talking about DeFi Kingdoms here when the charts look a little better. All right, when we start getting more adoption coming into this game, which I believe is coming, baby. Okay. So
yeah, speaking of getting more people in here, I mean, we should be looking at how we can get this automated. I mean, I think we need to talk to Fox and get the automation tools in, get some of these really cool tools that Born to Die has made. I mean, the DFK Quester stuff is incredibly useful. I always go on there to look at my tavern, see what's available, check out the Gen Zeros, do all that fun stuff. I know Brown Gent and everybody else does too. So those are always, the cool things that I think can help everybody. And once you get into the game, then you can, start to figure out what you're going to do. But the Quester, the Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms, of course, the DFK Helper, all these tools can definitely help people and get them automated, get them into the game, and get them having a good time.
Dude, I know. Born to Die 007, freaking legend. Okay, so here's my next question. All right, you got 2,100 freaking heroes. How the heck? And you're telling me you went in there, you're hatching your eggs, you went in there and bought some pets to match your heroes. How are we going to manage all of this when you have that many heroes on how to best level? Is this a crafter? Is this a quester? Is this a PvP hero? How are we going to figure this out? Ooh.
That's a great question. I don't know what the best way is yet. So my baseline level up is to do Vitality, Intelligence, Wisdom, just because that benefits both the health points and the mana points. And so then I usually go out and I do just separate ones for certain types of, certain classes of heroes. The nice thing about DFK Helper is that it allows me to choose what I'm going to do. So I've got my baseline for everybody. Then if I want to do individual, level ups for certain heroes, I can go out there and I can pair a crystal with them and choose if I'm going to do Vitality, Strength, Agility, or whatever I'm going to use as my level ups on the meditation circle. So
right.
If it wasn't for the automation, I mean, none of us would have as many heroes as we do, right? So I just think that adding the automation to the game is just going to allow people to go out there and get hundreds, if not thousands, of heroes. And this is the time to do it. I mean, I've been harping for a long time with people. The best things in the game are the heroes and Jewel. So the more heroes you can have and the more Jewel you can accumulate right now, the better off you're going to be.
Baby, I'm so pumped. So just the first hero I look at with you here just happens to be a pure woodworker, okay? An archer with wind woodworking. It's whoa, and archer is awesome at woodworking.
Yeah.
It's vitality and dexterity.
The cool thing about that guy is he's just a common archer, right?
Yeah.
And now he's got a huge ability that it matches up, and you're like, dang, this just 2x the value of this guy.
Now I want a 3-star pet with this mofo. I got to get me a 3-star pet on this fool.
Yeah.
Woodworking pet, baby. Okay, so check this out, Burke, GF Burke. Here's the deal. Make sure you follow that weight token. Okay, and it has retraced. Come back up a little bit. It went all the way down to 25 cents. Okay, this TV show, Next Crypto Gem, I think is going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be an awesome show. And then they're already talking about launching, actually airing season 2 at the end of this year. That's how crazy Jet is. They're already working on season 2 now. Season 1 isn't even out yet. That's how bullish that project is. And I believe, I'm not positive, I've got a really good feeling DeFi Kingdoms is in the top 4 of that TV show. And maybe, just maybe, the freaking winner of the whole damn show.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Man,
Dude.
that would make us all go insane.
Dude, I'm feeling it. I can't sleep at night. My brain is always spinning. Oh, I'll tell you what, man. I tell you what, yeah. So I love how you're stacking, like your strategy is stacking heroes and jewel.
Yep.
Okay, that's your strategy. This is going to be nuts managing heroes now. Once this crafting profession, crafting questing, how are we going to automate that? How are we going to? It's going to be crazy. The upside and the utility of stuff that we don't even know yet. Like, I wouldn't have known. This guy doesn't even have a huge mining stat. Now that's going to go up real fast. It'll go up to close to 20 within a couple weeks, generally. I think I probably had him on my overflow mining wallet doing training quests. So that'll pop. But it's like, talk about a perfect candidate for this woodworking profession. Okay, so the brown gent, you know, he was talking on his Winning Wednesdays, baby, about he's like so bullish on Gen Zeros. They're you know, they're kind of deflationary because people will lose them. They'll lose their keys. They'll die. They'll lose their wallets, whatever. So it makes them deflationary. And I think, you know, the Legionnaire, Scholar, and then also the okay, hello, the Berserker and the Seer, they're the newest heroes. So there's fewer of them that are lost up to this point, is kind of my take.
I think you're right.
As to why those floors, I'm surprised that the floors, he was talking about the floors of these Gen 1 10 out of 10s, you know, the cheapest are these new heroes. I just think because they're the ones that have been most summoned here recently. So I don't know, but I think that'll eventually shake out and probably even out, kind of level out over time. Whereas some of these other Gen Zeros are still sitting over there in Harmony and Never Never Land. You know, they're on here on your website as dead down here.
They're pretty much dead. I mean, that's the thing is like when you go look at it, you start to see what the most beneficial pairs are in the game. It's really hard to get a thief right now, like a Gen Zero thief. They're non-existent. You know, I think the people that have got the good ones keep all the good pairs to themselves, which is smart. You know, so it's like you got to find the right pairs, and I think Brown Gent does a great job at like pointing out which ones are the highest residual value in the tavern. But I just think that a lot of these heroes are, I mean, especially the floor level heroes right now. I've always been, even when I didn't have Gen Zeros, I was buying floor heroes. Not just the cheapest of the cheap, but I'd go and look for the ones that that were summoned with a stone or that had some characteristic that I wanted, and I'd buy those. And, you know, I'd buy 2 or 3 every day. And, you know, even when they were $5, $10 each, it was like you started to get a good idea of like what heroes were worth, which ones were worth more. And it just brings your thought process into looking for certain characteristics and certain things inside the tavern and being able to make money flipping NFTs if that's what you want to do as well.
Yes, I love it, man. I love it. So I think you've been, you've proven yourself awesome to have this army of heroes. I agree, man. I've always just felt all heroes will be good. That was like one of my original principles when I started the channel. One of my 10 commandments. All heroes are good. Okay. And I've always, felt that all heroes are going to have utility and be worth owning. I feel that way in my gut about pets. I could be wrong on these common 1-star pets. Maybe a lot of those go bye-bye. Okay. So, but
I don't think so. I think that the common 1-star pets are going to be useful. I think that all items inside the game are useful. I just think that you've got to make that conscious kind of decision when you're going to be throwing your heroes into the pit. Are you doing it for a really good reason? I mean, to me, I don't have a great reason. There's no PvP out right now. I mean, if we found out that Second Life was the best incredible skill that you could possibly have for any hero, and you had 2, advanced gene matches that you really wanted to try to get that transcendent match or that exalted match, then sure, you might want to go for it. But still, that just kills me. Every time somebody sacrifices heroes, I'm just like, oh my God, it's painful.
And I think it works for them. It's awesome. It's going to be, they probably will. Guys like King Baka's, they're going to be ahead of us. The people that are really focusing on getting and be easy, doing all these burnings and getting all these awesome abilities. I think, but I'm kind of with you.
Hasn't been easy though. And King Baka, they've probably between them burned over 100 Dread Knights. And I'm just like, oh my God.
It's crazy.
That's
kind of, I feel like the Dark Summoner is going to be the path to getting the top dog heroes. And so a lot of our mythic heroes that we think are PvP heroes, I think we're going to realize aren't PvP heroes. Kind of seen that. And we're going to realize, oh, this guy's got to, if I want this guy to be a PvP hero, we got to start doing the dark summoning.
But not every hero is going to be a PvP hero, like you said. So why would I throw in a common archer and common thief just to try to get a dread or a dark knight? That had that to me doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'd much rather have the thief and the archer and be able to send them out on gathering professions and get some items and hopefully be able to craft with them and do that kind of stuff.
You do it for the rarity boost. That's the biggest thing. That's the hardest thing to get in the game is the good rare. And same with pets. Those rare pets, there's mythic pets and heroes. Okay. So Burke, which video I want to see? I've got some lifer videos to catch up on. I was catching up a little bit yesterday. Yesterday was like a video catch-up day. And I maybe watched one of his yesterday, but he didn't talk about the weight token. But he said like 2 days ago, check this out, GF Burke, he got him to bring it up. Yeah, burning, it is good for the ecosystem. That's right. And I think if anything, they need to continue to increase the incentive to dark summon. And just let us have awesome PvP heroes. It shouldn't be like impossible, to get the hero that we want. I mean, I've summoned thousands of times, maybe not thousands plural, but over 1,000 times. And I, still don't have a legendary or mythic Dread Knight. It's like, let alone a legendary mythic with an advanced, or so an elite ability, let alone a transcendent ability. That's what we all want. And they got to make it realistic for us to be able to do that.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. So I wonder which one of these videos he brought up. Wait, it's because Burke just said, check out what he said. Look at what Burke just said. Burke's going to get Crypto Lifer Baby to talk about DeFi Kingdoms. That probably what that means is translation he's going to super chat him, baby. And that's what I've done some. I've super chatted him before, been in there super chatting him.
Nice.
Connected with him in Florida, see, in Miami. And we just like are kindred spirits. He kind of reminds me of my past. I used to just be this super nuts, crazy, hardcore drill sergeant guy. And now I'm like the opposite. I'm a mess. Okay. But you just love this guy's energy. And, you know, with all these YouTubers, they're just human beings. They're just people. We all have our shortcomings, all of us. And you got to take the good with maybe stuff that's the case. That's how I look at all these YouTubers that I follow. They all have strengths and weaknesses, and you follow them for their strengths. This guy's got a lot of strengths, and I enjoy his shows. I usually try to catch stuff. I do try to jump in live sometimes, but usually I'm listening 2x speed after the fact so I can catch up on everything. But I would love to know which one of these videos. Okay, this was 3 days ago. It does not compute. Sticks can turn. I love you guys. All the love. Yeah, so wrapping my mind around, I'm going to be the first video I listened to. If it's 2 days ago, maybe it's this one. Okay. I'll start with that one. Unless Burke figures out which one he brought up. GF Burke. Okay. So back to this. Managing your 2,100 heroes. How I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it. I can't. When it comes to this crafting profession versus we're going to have to like balance how many heroes, you know, we're doing with what.
Well, the biggest thing is going to be the automation again. So it's like, you know, with DFK Helper, it's just made everybody's life so much easier. I know that Sandwich Punch talked about it. I used to use DiffKey for a while, and it didn't do half the things that Helper does. And Zealous continues to add, like he just added a couple new tools there as well, where now you can actually go out to the tavern and buy heroes that you want for a certain price or under. So it'll check the tavern for you like once a day. And if there's a certain hero or a certain class or a certain gene pool that you want, it'll look for it and, you know, buy it for you if it comes up. I mean, just these automation tools alone make everybody's lives so much easier. Because I used to go out every single day and check the tavern and have to look for things. And now I don't do that anymore. I just go to DFK Quester and I look for exactly the hero that I want to buy. And I just, you know, I buy it right there inside the app. So I think that these tools that people are making are just so beneficial to the ecosystem, and they shouldn't be outside the game. They should be inside the game. You know, it should all be there so that when somebody jumps in, they're like, oh yeah, just go to DFK Quester, look for a hero that you want to buy, put it in the automation tool, automate your questing or automate your profession quests or automate your crafts or whatever you want to do. And then, you know, next thing's next, and give it a kind of a, you know, a step-by-step guide for people to do that. But right now it's just hard. Like we were talking about how if your best friend came to you and said, hey, I want to be in DFK, I'd be like, okay, well, it's going to take me an hour or two to walk you through everything. Where it shouldn't be like that, right? It should just be go to DefiKingdoms.com and it's all there. It's just done for you. Yeah. So once it's automated for people and people are able to jump in really quick and get things done, it'll be so much nicer for all of us, because we'll be able to get 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people in. And I think we're going to need that. You know, if we're on the new the next crypto gem or that kind of stuff, and say 100,000 people see that episode and they're like, oh, I want to do DFK, and they go to the website and they can't figure it out. Damn, we just lost that ability to have 100,000 new players.
Yes, right. I'm with you. And it just incentivizes us to buy more heroes. Check this out. So I'm jumping in with Helper soon. It's like, it's going to be some work. But here's the link to sign up, you know, to jump into DFK Helper Discord. Ooh,
Yeah, and
really?
Coolio and Zealous are great. They're
Mhm.
like the best people to like help you with things. And if you want to know what other people are doing, like, hey, these are going to be some of the things that you should probably look at doing. If you want to automate just even selling your items or putting them into an LP or whatever it is that you want to do, Helper does that for you. It's like, all right, great. I can accumulate Jewel, put it into an LP pool, and then farm it, harvest it every second day, and then take those profits, split them up again, and reinvest it into the pool. And it's just like, wow, this is so much nicer for me. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yes, baby. I know. I love it. I love it. I'm so stoked for Helper. And I love Zellies. So Zellies is like a brother to me. So I'm coming in here to GF Burke. He just messaged me. He timestamped it. Okay. All right. All right.
Broadcast TV is going to show off a micro this summer. Wait, I know. We've talked about it. Wait, Hourglass is huge. Getting a bag of Hourglass, I believe, is going to be a big deal. It's going to be on national TV. It's going to be a real coin. I think it's going to be a big deal. Almost as big as this deal.
Oh,
For the Crypto Life NFT coin.
Nice.
Shout out to my man.
Baby.
This thing is so sweet.
that is so sweet. Is that Burke?
Okay, Ethereum Home, Uniswap, Fracton Protocol. Yeah, there we go. And this is wait, Hourglass.
Hourglass.
Last time we looked at it, $30 million market cap at 30 cents. Still sitting there, right in the sweet spot. And I've been just waiting for my perfect time. Get it? Waiting. Anyway, and again, where can this be got on? On Uniswap or Mexi? I mean, I feel more comfortable grabbing it on Mexi. And then what's cool about it, you can then send it to your MetaMask wallet with your Trezor attached, and then you know it's safe too as well. So it's like, you don't have to buy it on the decentralized exchange, but you can store it in the app, right? So let's take a look at our baby weight and see what it's doing. And I've been very, very waitful for it. I haven't, I don't get too, I don't chase stuff. I don't chase them, I replace them, right? So we found this bit of a double bouton, right? Look at that. That would have made a nice buy right there at 28 cents. Came all the way up to 32. Now it's going somewhat sideways. Let's take a look. I mean, bit of an ascending triangle there. Getting oversold in the 4-hour. Look at our daily. Now you can't even, you can't get enough. So this looks pretty good to me for a bounce back to the upside. That's a cup and handle right there. You see, Sammy cup and handy to the upside. At least back up there to about 32 cents. Once it gets back above 32 to 34, it could rip right up to this gap at 36. And then honestly, this could definitely be a bit of a double bottom here where it never comes back down. That's a nice bottom. And it seems like it bottomed around 27 cents. And this is something I would put in like 100 to 200 bucks here and there. Grab it. It's got a very small market cap. It can easily 10x, possibly definitely 100x. To me, it has the potential to 100x. It would have to get to a $3 billion market cap to 100x.
Like in the bull run.
Right now, it's sitting at a $30 million market cap. A 10x is 300 million. 100x is 3 billion. Right? I'm correct. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess a 3 billion and 100x is. Could it do it? I've seen things. I've seen even more insane things happen in crypto. All right. Sex volume, DEX volume is very small. The volume is tiny on this coin. That's the only thing. Like 21,000, it just got no volume. The most is on MEXC, 23,000. It doesn't have it. It has no volume. Nobody knows about this thing. It could end up being huge, right?
Baby. Okay, so here's the deal. Talk about volume. We had some buys. I see every single buy that comes through. Every single one. And when this coin crashed, it crashed down below where it was at, I think here. Now it's back up over 27 cents. Okay, like maybe as low as 25 cents-ish. Immediately $30,000 buys. And then that person who bought has $270,000 worth of weight. And then a $9,000 buy, $1,000 buy, $500 buy, $6,000 buy, $2,000 buy. It was like the most buys. I saw like 30 buys in the matter of minutes happening. It's like just triggering all these buys. Shout out to Burke. He made that NFT. Dude, Burke got this man talking about it. Dude. So now he's saying he's going to get him to talk about DeFi Kingdoms. That's another hidden gem nobody knows about. Now, right before this show, right before Kristian Peter and I came on live, I was on a Twitter Spaces with Jet, who's the co-founder of the Next Crypto Gem. I was on with Brian D. Evans, who's one of the judges with 1.1 million followers on Twitter. I was on with George, I am George, and Animoca Brands, right? It's not Alameda Research, that's FTX, right? So it's Animoca Brands is the gaming company, like hundreds of thousands of Twitter followers talking about they're talking about this new NFT they're doing. They're also talking about the Next Crypto Gem TV show. I even got up on the stage. Brian brought me up, baby. And Jet is such a gem, make it happen guy. I think this TV show is going to be freaking huge. Big brains. Shout out to Crypto Lifer who came on this channel on March the 10th, I believe, is when it was. And I love this guy, baby. Yeah, I need to get with Mexi. I just need to go. I didn't have my, I was trying to sign up for it the other day and I didn't have my driver's license. I also want to get on Bitmart. There's another coin on Bitmart that I think is also possibly going to be on the Next Crypto Gem.
On some of these centralized exchanges, you got to be careful though, because the liquidity is really small. So if you do a buy or a sell, it moves the market way too much. So I just know I did a couple of little buys on MEXC before, a couple $100, and I got like 10%, 15%, price movements from it. So you just got to be careful with those.
Yep. Yeah, the 10 or 15% price movements. Dang. Yeah, I'm just too damn broke. I won't be moving the price much. But dude, Burke, shout out to Burke. Dude, shout out to Crypto Lifer. And that NFT.
That NFT's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool. You got the same one as Lifer. Those are amazing. I mean, those are really cool. Those are some of the things that I think Burke should talk to the team, get those implemented into the game. Those would be so cool to win an NFT.
So when I showed this, was it last night? Yeah, with Kong, I had like 5 people hitting me up wanting to buy one. By the way, Burke, I'm sure Crypto Lifer did too. So fun. I'm so bullish on DeFi Kingdoms. I'm so bullish on Wait, this token, okay, in this TV show. I'm bullish on Crypto Lifer in the long term. I'm bullish on Dragon's Crossing. So I'm going to be doing some videos on Dragon's Crossing gameplay specifically. The deal is, I think I just like burden the devs even more. They made me like my own gameplay portal. Okay. And it's like, it's not synced with what they have. And they're like on several different test nets on several different blockchains. And so I'm working through some bugs on my end that isn't on their end. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they fix it. But every time I bug them, it just pulls them away. And like Sandwich Punch is laser focused, all about the gameplay mechanics and the gameplay, like having just exactly what Workhorse is doing, not like nerfing and buffing and trying to make it all perfect for Dragon's Crossing. And so I hate bugging them, but I've been talking with both Kong and Doug Hype. We're going to be putting out some gameplay videos, baby. Okay. I've also got a short video that just came out. Okay. On my YouTube. So, and I'm going to tweet this short out and I'm going to tag what I'm going to do when you come here to shorts. Shout out to Crypto Kong. This short he just did today. I'm going to tweet this and I'm hoping I can get our man right here, Gem Hunters. Okay, if you guys, I had this guy on the channel, Gem Hunters.
Yeah.
This little short with Dragons Crossing, it's just like a minute, 15 seconds long is all. That, and I'm hoping he's going to retweet it. I think he'll retweet the tweet. And I'm going to do giveaways, whitelist giveaway, Dragons Crossing, for people who retweet when I tweet this. Okay, so that'll be coming. I'll do a Dragons Crossing whitelist giveaway. And that might come within the next day or two. So giving everybody a heads up there. I'm stoked for Dragons Crossing. I believe the team is the real deal. I do believe the game is going to be really fun. And it's just going to be awesome. They're trying to do everything right. Tokenomics, sustainable, in-game items, sustainable, hero, sustainable, and also with high demand, and where it's not overly inflationary and this and that, or sell pressure. Okay, so they're really trying to be awesome in that regard, and to make it a worthwhile, play for us, and also sustainable tokenomics. Okay, so I'm pumped for that. That'll be coming within the next day or two, I believe. Okay, shout out to everybody. Can't wait to watch Sticks Intern, baby. He's getting going on his video.
Yeah. Sticks Intern, by the way, is going to be in Los Angeles too. So we're going to have a big party. Yeah.
Ooh, I got to meet this man in June. Okay, and Burke, he won both the Sticks Intern egg giveaway and the Kong egg giveaway. So, and we boosted both of their YouTube channels to get them going, baby. I love it. Okay.
Good deal.
Well,
yeah, I think that, between all of us here, like Sergeant Filthy McNasty needs some love on his channel. He's got some of the best content, and he still doesn't have 1,000 subscribers. I know that you don't have the 1,000 subscribers yet either. What you can do to help Grady and Sergeant and everybody is just like, retweet, share the videos. The best thing, share it on Twitter, get more people out there subbing. Those are the things that definitely, I know that, John Matos Link just commented on how great content Grady puts out there, and he does need to get out to more people. I mean, that's the big thing right now, is get it out to more people, get it out there, let people like it, subscribe to it, come to it. It's just like, there's just so many gems in this ecosystem that don't get the respect that they deserve. I mean, I got a lot of my subscribers back from when there was a bull market, and I was doing a lot more videos on IDOs and Monkey Ball was the big thing at the time. And I think I got about 10,000 subs just from, the IDO craze.
Really? Yeah, you're at 13,000.
Yeah, it just takes one or two things to get out there and get big. And, if it's going to be DFK, if DFK hits here in the next couple of months with the Avalanche Summit next month, and then the next crypto gem, and, all the things that are on the horizon, everybody's going to come looking for DFK content. They're going to want to see Grady. They're going to want to see Sergeant. They're going to see, everybody that's making great content, the guys in Bogside chats and the ADFK guys, and, everybody in between. So, the more content that gets out there and the more that we help the community grow, the better everybody is.
Yes. I'm right now, I'm posting these videos in the chat. These are all gems right here. Mythic Squad. Yeah, just 241. We need to up these, man. Okay. We got About Life Podcast. Life Podcast DFK. Let's go. I still got to catch his video from last night. Okay. These guys are like gems, man.
Yep.
Too honest.
Too honest,
baby. ALP. Who else?
Great. He does some amazing TikToks too. It's just really cool watching all his content.
I know. I love this guy. I got to get all these guys on the channel, by the way. You mentioned Bogside chats. Baby, where are they at? What are they up to? 424. Hey, that's better. Okay, baby. And their videos, I'll tell you what, man. I watch their video when they put out a video. I think it's like they're all awesome. It's like a perfect mix.
They
You
put
got
out.
Matty Pesk, you got Guy Kid, but Franz is just such a good speaker.
Oh yeah, France has got some great insight.
He's just, but I want to get him on this channel and debate that mofo on some things he talked about. But I'm telling you, I end up watching their videos like 3 times.
Yeah, well, the last video that Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms did with Raf and Neindorf, they had some great slides on there, and it was just really cool seeing the crafting, some of the stuff that they put out there. But yeah, people's videos are getting more and more detailed and more in depth, and it's fun to see them.
Baby, yeah, I watched their video twice from the other day. Oh, I'm loving it, man. Just good stuff.
Yeah, and when the Mythic,
there's so many
the
more
Mythic guys get their their pets and the summons and things, and they start degenning into it. Some of that is just really cool. I mean, that's how I first summoned my first hero, was watching Tosh. Back in the day when Tosh was doing all of his live streams and his summoning, and I was like, man, this is so cool. I want to do this. But yeah, and I know Tosh is starting to get back into doing some videos as well.
He is. And he came on the channel, baby. It was so good to see him.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool meeting up with him in Denver. I was stoked to finally see him in person and be able to hang out. That was awesome.
Baby. Okay, and oh yeah, I was gonna shout out the Brown Gent.
Brown Gent's content just gets better and better too. I love the Wednesdays. They're just so awesome. I mean, then he cuts it up in bite-sized pieces as well.
It is just quality. He's Mr. Quality. He has his SHIT together as much as anyone like I've ever seen.
I want Brown Gent. Yeah, I think Brown Gent should be our investment advisor, even though non-financial advice. He's like the one that looks at everything and says, "Hey, I would take my profits here. Yeah, I'd probably dollar cost average there." I'm always excited when he says, "Oh yeah, you should do this, you should do that." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to do some of that."
Right. He's more of a trader mindset, which is awesome. Just like Crypto Lifer. So Crypto Lifer is a trader, man. He's looking at those charts day and night. And it's like, I'm more of like follow good projects, fewer projects, and hold, is my approach. And don't hold too much. Like if you're going to hold, you got to follow the project. Otherwise, you're just a trader trying to make gains.
Yep.
And so if you're not following what's going on the inner workings of the project, like we do with DeFi Kingdoms, we watch their weekly AMAs. We hear from the teams every week, right from their mouths. We know what's going on every week with the team. We know what they're developing. We know what they're working on. They're putting out all these updates. Okay. In the same way, we need to be doing that with Avalanche. If you follow them on Twitter, they're just like, it's nonstop. My head's spinning with Klaytn. Okay. We already know Bitcoin, you don't have to do that for.
Right.
You don't really have to do it much for Ethereum. Okay. Bitcoin's like totally decentralized. We're not relying on human beings, okay, to develop this thing and make it awesome with Bitcoin. It's already there. It's like the only thing out there. It's totally decentralized. No one can control it. No one can flip a switch and change everything up on us and pull some nonsense. Okay. Yeah. Kristian Peter's voice is made for TV.
Appreciate that.
Less followers. All right. I know I missed some people. Who did I miss? We did a shout out for Sticks Intern, for Kong. We got Zabu is out there. Where's Zabu at? We need to keep loving on Zabu.
Love Zabu. Love Rock.
Rock.
It's just
where are these guys at?
So many great people doing great things. And I know at some point it weighs on you and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this every day and I'm not seeing any returns from it. But we're in the bear market when these amazing human beings, like Grady, have less than 1,000 subscribers. I was talking to Sergeant Filthy McNasty today. I was like, dude, we got to get your channel up to at least 1,000 people, if not more. He's like, yeah, I've been thinking about what I should do. I'm like, we should all come up with good proposals and things that we can do inside the ecosystem to pump everybody up, because like I said, it's just a matter of time until this starts to catch on. And I just can see the building blocks, and I'm getting more and more excited this summer about especially with what crypto's done. It's like it's been really resilient. I was expecting it to not have as much resiliency as it's had. And I know this is the first bear market I've been in, but it feels like we've got a lot of there's a light at the end of the tunnel, especially with the DFK team. And if we focus on like what it's going to be instead of where we are right now, everybody's going to come out of this in a much better position than they are. And it's just like, we need to stick together as a whole. And Grady, I'm glad that you're out there, getting the people, hyped up about it, doing the super chats, baby, getting out there and talking to the I am Georges of the world and making sure that they know what's up with DFK. It's so much fun.
It's so fun. I'm loving life. I'm loving everything going on. I'm so bullish on DeFi Kingdoms. I'm loving life, working with Dragon's Crossing. I love what I'm seeing with this TV show, all these connections I keep making. It's just like I made a couple more big connections today.
Awesome.
And not to mention that I'm going to try and get on the channel, like a couple big ones. And just being up with Brian D. Evans.
Yeah.
1.1 million follow. It's just like so fun. And I believe that a lot of the content creators for DeFi Kingdoms are about to get projected into the world. Okay. On this TV show.
Yep.
Jet is coming on soon. ChainID and Altfather coming on soon. A couple other big ones that I connected with. I'm going to try and get Brian D. Evans on the channel. Baby. Wow. Doug Hype's doing all this too. So like making all these amazing connections.
Yeah, okay. It was fun hanging out in East Denver with you and Doug that one night that we spent just hanging out and eating pizza and talking about GameFi and everything crypto. Right. That was a highlight of being in East Denver. It was just making those connections is so much fun.
It is. Making all these connections and seeing what's out there, these other projects, and helping to love on them and give them value. The ones that are good ones. Yeah. So shout out to Beeve and Mosh, Mythic Squads, all these guys, man. We got Three Wolves, Fishy Foods. So bullish for the future. I know it's hard to keep grinding through the bear market. Okay. Now, if you're a trader, that's different. It's like a totally different mindset. But if you're a hodler, it's hard. It's long and grinding. And man,
it starts to wear on you after a while, but it's just like I said, being in Denver with 25,000 other people that were all super excited. You wouldn't know that there's a bear market anywhere with the way those people were acting. I was just like, holy cow, these guys, from the ZK Bob guys to the, everybody that was there, all these little tiny companies that were, that had big dreams of blowing up. And I was like, wow, this is like this just reminds me of this whole big growth period where everybody has these little ideas that they're going to grow into these really big ideas over the next couple of years. And as Fox always tells us, right, it's like build. All you want to do is build through this market. And once you come out the other end, it's going to be like, wow, I'm so glad that we stuck around for these couple of years when things were dim. It's like there's not a whole lot to look forward to, but I'm excited about what we have over the next couple of months and even the next couple of years. It's going to be really cool. Yeah.
Yes, man. And we made memories together, Kristian Peter. Yeah, that was a good one with Doug Hype. You, me, and Doug Hype for hours. We hung out. Hours.
I was chatting with Doug on Twitter. I was like, you need to come down to LA in June. And he's like, I'll think about it. So
he might.
I think we need to get you guys out there. Like Ogre, you can make a road trip. If you can drive from Denver to Minnesota, you can definitely drive from Tennessee to LA. So
or just fly. I think Ogre's going.
Oh, cool.
Because did you know that Ogre is now on staff? He's actually
Ogre's on Mind Games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mind Games. What's going on here? Mind Games, baby. That's, and I got a few Gen Zeros there.
It's just, these little projects that come up, you never know what's going to hit. After being at East Denver and seeing all those little boosts of people building their games, I was like, some of these are going to become big. Mind Games might be one of them. Dragon's Crossing might be one of them. We don't know. It's just like we're in the bear market. This is the time to build these things.
That's right. You just follow the teams you believe in, strong core values, good partnerships, good things going. That's why we're here, baby. And then it still could fail.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any control over what wins and what loses. It's the
Mhm.
things too that I look at that are making money right now or that have a path to profitability. It's kind of like tech companies. It's like they all come out with these huge expectations, and then a few of them make it to actual profitability. But some of them are going to be incredible as we go through this. This next bull run, you're going to look back and go like, "Wow, how did I miss that?" And there'll be a lot that we're not even talking about that we just missed. But like you said earlier, you've got to find the influencers that you find the most beneficial, and just concentrate on the content that they're really good at. I love Ben Cohen's. He always keeps me grounded because I know that it's like it's not a great time to be in any type of project right now, and Bitcoin will probably still outperform everything for the next couple of months. But at some point, it's going to be the time to accumulate altcoins because it happened in 2018, it happened in 2019, and then everybody benefited in 2020, 21, 22. Well, maybe not as much in 22, but everything was. There's an accumulation phase, and I think we're going to hit that. If it's not now, it'll be in the next couple of months when people look back and go like, "I wish I would have got more tokens at that point."
Yep. And we always do. When it goes up, we wish we would have bought more. When it goes down, we panic sell.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So hang in there. Don't spend more than you can put away. Like think of crypto kind of like your 401k. With Bitcoin, you can just tuck it away and forget about it. And then follow the projects you believe in and what's going on, and don't pay attention to the price.
Exactly right.
You build in the bear, and then you profit in the bull. That's how this works, baby.
Yeah.
Nice. Whatever works for you guys. I love it. I love it. So Burke holds his NFTs, but he trades tokens, but he also holds tokens, which is most traders do. They've got their HODL portfolio and then their trading portfolio. And of course, trading is like what they do. So it's like, that's what they spend the most time on, but they still have their HODL portfolio. But he's saying he holds his NFTs, baby. NFTs can be so speculative, right? All this going on with the Nakamigos is wild. Nakamigo. Yeah, the Trump. I love it. Really, that's $900 now? Is that Trump NFT up to 900 now?
Oh my God.
I love what Burke's been tweeting out and Lifer Friend. And, I can't Twitter. I don't know how to manage my Twitter. Like as far as notifications versus not notifications, and it's chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Anything else?
No, I'm glad that we got a chance to hang out. I'm hoping that Monday night's going to be a ritual, at least until Monday Night Football starts, and then we'll see a huge run up here before the end of the year, and things will look good going into 2024 and beyond.
I'm with you, man. I'm feeling it. Where's Bitcoin at the moment? Let's take a quick peek. What do we got? We got Hourglass we got the weight token, 27.5 cents. We got Bitcoin at 30,000 still. Nothing. Okay. Well, let's wrap up. Love you guys. The legend himself, Kristian Peter and Crypto Grady out. Freaking love you.